AI is everywhere today. We're hearing about it, thinking about it, and using it, often without even recognizing it. And some of us are right in the middle of the huddle, trying to figure out another algorithm, another application of AI that will make us smarter, faster, and better. That's my life. I'm Josh Elliott, COO and co-founder of Modsy, the ModelOps platform to integrate, run, and monitor AI and machine learning at scale. My world revolves around finding ways to help others accelerate their adoption of AI and machine learning. Just like every emerging technology, there's bound to be a little heartbreak along the path to breakthroughs. AI and machine learning prove that point. We're intrigued, infatuated, and inspired by the potential ahead. And while many want to be all in on AI, we're also intimidated by the prospect of what to do, how to do it, and how to make it safe, profitable, and valuable. Every sector, from finance to energy to defense and manufacturing, is looking at AI as a way to spend less, make more, to automate and innovate our way to bigger returns. However, those returns are hard to come by. And that's just it. Once you develop the model, how can you easily train it, retrain it, manage it, secure it, and scale it to run at enterprise level? While millions are being invested to develop and adapt AI, too few resources are able to really claim the returns they expected. The truth is, it's hard to get prototypes out of the lab. Typically, the development path for AI models takes 9 months or more, and even then, only 53% ever make it from prototype to full-scale production. That's a sobering number when you think about the very high expectations we all have. Here's another one from Gartner. Only 1 in 10 organizations are able to get 75% of their models into production. If that's the case, we're talking about millions in model debt with no way to recover it. Now, it's all because of one fundamental misstep too many are making: failing to provide for operationalization early in the process. Without this fundamental link back to the investment and mission KPIs, your AI efforts are doomed to fail. The model training tool space has become commoditized. You can find all kinds of tools for building all kinds of models and training them in the lab. But what about scaling them, securing them, and then managing them? Well, if you're investing in AI, operationalization cannot be an afterthought. It has to be a business imperative. All that time and money invested in development needs to lead to real business outcomes that generate real value for your organization. You have to be confident about those outcomes and the process that got you there. You also have to be sure your assets are secure, and you have to be able to map against demonstrable business outcomes. And you need to adapt as you go, because AI models can be peculiar to manage. There's so many complexities to scaling and running models for an enterprise. Beyond making them work outside of the lab, you must be able to manage your models like you would any other technology or system. Now, getting AI to work on a laptop is one thing. Making AI work across an enterprise takes a whole new level of clarity and control. To scale, automate, and govern enterprise AI initiatives, you need ModelOps. ModelOps is a whole approach and category of tools to address the specific challenges and pain points of operationalization. ModelOps is so important, so essential to actually succeeding with AI, we made it the centerpiece of Modsy. As you scale more and more AI-powered applications, you need control and you need the flexibility. The benefits of ModelOps can take your AI prototypes from ideas and training to applications in action, delivering real value. ModelOps has emerged as the critical link to address the last mile challenges for AI deployments. So what is ModelOps, and how does it differ from MLOps? Well, according to Gartner, ModelOps, or model operations, is focused primarily on the governance and lifecycle management of a wide range of operationalized artificial intelligence and decision models, including machine learning, knowledge graphs, rule-based models, optimization, linguistic, and agent-based models. You might be familiar with the term MLOps, but ModelOps is a superset of MLOps, providing all the capabilities of MLOps with two important distinctions. First, ModelOps tools allow you to operationalize all types of models, whereas MLOps tools only focus on machine learning models. The second distinction, and this is a big one, ModelOps tools really raise the bar, providing transparency across all your AI and machine learning programs. Now, you're not only enabling easier collaboration and consistency among your data scientists, machine learning engineers, and software developers building the applications, but you're also providing your mission leaders and IT leaders with insights from dashboards and reporting to inform their decisions and measure outcomes. Now, that's how you build AI that's scalable, trusted, and valued. With ModelOps built into your development and deployment process, you're going to see true competitive advantage emerge. To amplify your AI, you need a ModelOps platform that will, first, integrate easily with your existing tech stack, whether that's your training tools, your data pipelines, your CI/CD processes, to run, use, and manage all your models in production. You need to also accommodate your teams with varying levels of development sophistication, from the citizen data scientist to the experts you've hired. Thirdly, you need to provide the secure and scalable architecture to manage hundreds and maybe even thousands of models in production. And lastly, you need to centralize model management for total control, reliability, and flexibility for all stakeholders. Now, with the right platform, you'll be able to use the tools and pipelines you already have with no vendor lock-in and gain a transparent, auditable, and explainable path forward. It's a win for everyone involved in your AI program. Now, that's what I want to talk about next. There's so many beneficial links achievable with ModelOps and all the key stakeholders involved in overseeing and managing an AI program, whether that's your IT leaders, your mission owners, your compliance and governance managers, as well as the data scientists and machine learning engineers developing your AI-powered applications. They're all critical components in your AI ecosystem, and they're all typically working in silos where there can be friction or dissonance. Now, to get all the cool things AI can do for your organization, you need everyone on board with certain standards, able to capitalize on efficiencies while retaining the freedom and flexibility to innovate. And that's a tall order tailor-made for ModelOps. So let's take a deeper look at what ModelOps means and how different roles within your organization will benefit from a unified, centralized, and open standard-based approach. Your data scientists will welcome greater efficiencies that come from frictionless deployment. You don't want to waste their time babysitting models in production or learning how to containerize models. You really want them focused on viable use cases and building really powerful algorithms that are tailored to your data sets. Many teams today are able to train models, but they can't move them from the lab into production. Data scientists need a faster and easier way to manage the model performance over time. And ModelOps gives them that true support. With automated model lifecycle management, teams are now able to deploy AI models 15 times faster. And with ongoing alerts for when models drift, ModelOps provides the ability to automatically retrain those models. And as a result, the data scientists can now focus on work like creating new models in support of your mission goals for sitting and watching model performance or struggling to containerize those models. Moving on to your developer community, your development teams likely have different areas of expertise. You want to level the playing field for them and make it easy to integrate AI into their existing tech stack and pipelines. You want to provide a supportive, integrated environment that features automated lifecycle management for models to help them add AI capability to your most critical business and mission applications. Right now, it's likely difficult to integrate AI into existing systems. Connecting disparate parts of the pipeline, whether that's your data pipelines, your CI/CD tools for development, or your model training tools or front-end user interfaces, that can all challenge their ability to add AI power to the systems and applications your users are using today. And ModelOps gives them smooth handoff from the data science team to build an AI power immediately. Efficiencies are created via automation and the ability to set limits for infrastructure usage and autoscaling, which controls costs. And ModelOps also provides an audit trail. Now, of course, there are mission owners and IT leaders to satisfy as well. To make the viable case for AI, leaders need a transparent lifecycle view of all of their AI and machine learning programs and models. You need to be able to easily control and manage costs, create efficiencies for your teams developing AI, monitor and improve your performance, and govern across every phase of the model lifecycle. For your mission owners and IT leaders, the lack of insight into how teams are building and managing AI systems truly does impede progress. There's no way to calculate ROI on an AI program. Concerns about security are rampant. Governance, transparency, explainability seem to be all out of reach. Well, ModelOps gives leaders a centralized location to track and see AI performance across their enterprise. It's easier to drive efficiencies and govern across teams. Security is also inherent in ModelOps, paving the way for application security, as well as model-specific security to protect your assets and intellectual capital. Explainability is another feature we built into our ModelOps platform, a critical factor for establishing trust and enabling transparency. Now, we all know AI offers tremendous potential for changing the way we do our work, whether that's automating the routine to predicting what happens next, or improving competitive advantage. These are the outcomes you're striving for and the real business and mission value that AI offers. And you can get there with ModelOps. No matter where you are in the process of adopting AI or machine learning, there are 3 key points I'd like you to remember. The first is don't panic. We are early in the AI revolution, no matter what the hype says. And with some notable exceptions, most everyone else is in the same boat and just getting started. Number 2, it's important to know your metrics. Like any technical strategy, think about the types of metrics you want to optimize for first. Then align your tools and your processes and your resources to those business and mission KPIs. And lastly, take stock of the tools you're using today and identify the biggest gaps to seeing value in production. Now, everything we stand for at Modsy comes down to this. Organizations need help to make that leap from labs and prototypes to fully vetted, ready-to-use models operating at scale and delivering measurable results. We're here to help you gain the control, speed, and agility for what comes next in your AI journey. Everything is possible with ModelOps. Thank you for your time today.